So what everybody comes to Halong Bay and Cat Ba Island for are the cruises. You must do a cruise when you're here. There are overnight cruises, there are 2-day cruises, there are cruises that visit Halong Bay, there are cruises that visit Lan Ha Bay. The one that we did, the Lan Ha Bay cruise, is a little bit further out there than the traditional 1-day Halong Bay cruises. You get to go into more of the private, more untouched areas where you'll see a lot less of the cruise ships. And so that's why I decided to book this one for us. We were able to book it directly from our homestay. It was only about $26 per person. They pick you up super early in the morning at like 8 a.m. They drop you back off at 5, includes all the transportation to the dock.
Immediately, you're leaving from a fishing village. So there's all these local fishermen. They're like waving hello to you. It was such good energy, and it's kind of early in the morning. People are kind of keeping to themselves. And then you get out, and instantly you're in between these mountainous island things. It was really cool. And it was also fun. We went in March. Like in the US, if you're going on a boat tour, it's summer. You're in a bikini, you got a hat, everyone smells like sunscreen. We went in March, like we had swimsuits on underneath, a lot of people did, but people were in parkas, and it's also just kind of trekking culture. And then the very first thing that you do is they bring you to like this kind of quiet beach, and they drop an anchor and they say, go swim.
Go swim.
But the thing that I love is there was no like, okay, this is your safety demonstration, this is your life jacket. They walked up to the top of the boat, opened a gate, and said, if you want to swim, you can jump from the top.
3, 2, 1, talk to me.
It was nice. Like, I don't care when you go, what time of year, especially because it's the first part of the morning. It really woke us up and it felt good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I enjoyed just hanging out on that little island for a little while. And after that short stop on the island, you travel through even more of those karst mountain ranges, and it's just gorgeous, picturesque throughout the entire thing. And then you arrive at this one area where everyone goes kayaking.
3, 2, 1, talk to me.
All the cruise ships of the day, it seemed like they kind of dock at this one specific place that's dedicated to kayaking. You'll see a bunch of other cruise ships, and you might have to like wait in a bit of a line in order to get on an actual kayak.
That was the only part that felt kind of like toursy, is they're like, hand you a life jacket, you're getting in a line, you're waiting for your kayak. But what was cool is the moment you were in your kayak, free for all, go wherever you want, be back in 45 minutes to an hour. We took that hour, solid hour.
We took about an hour 10, hour 15.
So everyone starts going this direction. We saw like this kind of little area over to the side, and I loved it because it was really just like, hey, go explore, have fun.
Yeah, being able to be on your own little kayak and kind of just paddle around at your own leisure, it gave it like a different, kind of more rich experience than being motored around on a boat. You kind of get to enjoy it on a different level, and you get to experience the views from a different perspective, being in a little kayak. There were caves that you could paddle through, which was really cool, 2 of them. We found this one spot where everyone was kind of at, but it seemed like it was time for everyone to go back. And so there was this beautiful area that everyone just left from. And we're like, we're here by ourselves, let's jump in. Of course we had to jump in.
This is what made the day go from good to great instantly. Because it was so fun. Like, we were by ourselves in Halong Bay, swimming in this area all by ourselves, like jumping off of our kayak.
The only ones around. Look at that. Life don't suck, huh?
That was such a special, cool moment where like those feelings where you're like, whoa, like this is why we did this. This is why we trekked this far. This is like just getting to see a different part of the world that feels so different. We loved that.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
a core memory for me. It was a little bit warmer by that point, and the water felt really good after like building up a little bit of a workout kayaking. It was just so tranquil, so peaceful, so beautiful, and just something we got to experience together.
Yes.
Just the two of us.
So then we mad dash paddled back because we'd spent
Right.
too long swimming, but
Yeah.
we were fine by the time we
Yeah.
got back.
So we got back and lunch was waiting for us. Everyone was already seated. Because by the time we got in, we were the last ones there, and they were already starting to serve, and so there was not two adjacent seats. So
It was
we
fun,
sat
though. We
separately.
were
We had to
happy
meet new
about it.
people. Yeah. One of the great things about actually being on a boat like this is being able to meet other travelers, and we got a chance to sit at separate tables and meet travelers from all around the world.
So this is one of my favorite parts, if not my favorite part of the tour, is that there's only 40 people on the boat. And so when you get there, it has like very, very first day of school energy where you're like, okay, who's in my history class?
Yeah.
What are we working with? And then by the time everyone's eating, people are like talking, telling stories.
So after lunch, we departed for Monkey Island. On our way there, the views, again, incredible. Everywhere you look, it's just beautiful. There's like a little tranquil beach here. There's like a cool little fishing boat there. Everything is just picture perfect. And the coolest thing about this leg of the journey is the sun started to come out. This is the first time that we'd seen sun since we got to Vietnam. The first time, and we've been here for at least 12, 13 days at this point.
Yeah, my bikinis were getting dusty.
So as the sun came out, it felt so magical on this journey to Monkey Island. And then once we got to Monkey Island, we didn't really know what to expect. They call it Monkey Island, so you imagine there's gotta be monkeys on this island, right? But we didn't know if we had to like go trek to find them, or like if there's like a few monkeys and like, you know, if they're sleeping, you just don't get to see them.
These tours are not like Jurassic Park where they're like on your left. Like they say things, but you're like, we don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
My favorite part about this is they pull up and we're like, everyone's saying like, will we actually get to see Monkey Islands or is that just the name? As we're pulling up, you see this tiny monkey just on the beach running, and we were like, oh, let's go. Of course, they drop anchor like 50 yards out and they're like, go. At this point, it's not hot. It's warm, but it's not hot. But a lot of people are in full clothes just because they were not swimming, and they were like, what do we do? And they're like, go swim over there. So there was a boat available, we realized, but obviously we swam.
Of course, yeah. You can jump in the water, let's jump in the water. It was so fun because once you got on the island, the monkeys are so curious about you. I'm sure they just want your shiny stuff and your food or whatever, but it's cool that they just come up next to you and they're just like hanging out.
Yeah, okay. Monkeys are scary. While they're super cute, they're scary.
Yeah.
He doesn't have footage of this. I have footage of this in my brain imprinted because I was like, oh, look at that cute little monkey. And he ran towards me and wrapped himself around my leg. And not like in a like, take me home, are you my new mommy way? No, and like, I didn't want to kick it because one, it's a monkey. Two, I didn't know if like aggression would beget more aggression. And then you said don't make eye contact with them, like if they are aggressive. So I just like headed straight for the water, was like walking as fast as I could. And I was like looking at my tourist friends and I was like, is it still on me? Is it still on me? And they were like, yeah. And then finally it like let go. It wasn't actively biting me, but it kept like looking at me like it was gonna bite me because I watched it happen.
See this little guy? He just tried to cling to my leg for like 5 minutes.
After that, I was watching him so closely because he was like, you know, filming things and enjoying his drone and looking around, and all the monkeys were slowly surrounding him, and I was like, oh no, like these little dudes are aggressive if they want to.
Because I'm trying to make sure the monkey doesn't get you.
Yeah, they're most likely not going to attack you, but if they do have, you know, bacteria that could cause infection and be like really bad news for you. So you don't want to get bit by a monkey, but I did feel relatively safe, and I think you should feel relatively safe.
Also, they like shiny things.
Exactly.
monkey who had a baby attached to it, and she was
Yeah.
like, so cute.
The baby monkeys were like play fighting with each other and like chasing each other around the rocks. And then one of them just like grabbed a rock and was playing with it like it was his favorite toy.
What did you do with that rock, dude? Did you see him?
I could observe these things in the wild like all day long. We could have spent 3 hours on this island.
It was really cool being on an island on a beach with monkeys walking around that would just like walk up and sit next to you.
And there's this little hike that you can do up to a viewpoint. It has like these jagged rocks you could sit on and enjoy the views up there too. I would definitely recommend doing a day-long Lan Ha Bay boat tour. It was the most fun that we had on the island, and it's what everyone goes there for, and it's totally worth it.
Everyone had the best energy. Like we maybe just got really lucky,
Yeah.
but something tells me it's just the general vibe of doing these tours and the people you're going to meet. It was so fun. Like I genuinely love the people the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Meeting new people is always the ancillary benefit of going on these tours.